Hey, whole family, what's up? It's your favorite Days of Our Lives obsessed commentator here, and oh my gosh, can we talk about how Salem is about to explode this week? We're diving into the episodes from Monday, March 30th through Friday, April 3rd, 2026 episodes, 15345 to 15349. And let me tell you, this is the kind of week that reminds me why I've been glued to this show for decades. Tate and Holly are finally cracking the case wide open. Belle's playing therapist to her own mom. And we've got Demera schemes, Kyriakis power plays, and enough emotional gut punches to fill a whole Titan boardroom. But here's the deal. You guys, I'm not just going to dump spoilers on you and call it a day. Nope. We're doing this the right way, quick hits on what's coming. Then 70% of us digging deep into the psychology, the history, my hot takes, and wild predictions that'll have you yelling at your screen. Because that's what we do here. We connect the dots from today's chaos all the way back to the epic storylines of the chaos. Last 5 to 10 years. Grab your popcorn, because this is going to get good. Let's jump in. Monday, March 30th, episode 15345. Tate and Holly start piecing together everything. Belle reassures Marlena she made the right call. Brady comes face to face with Rachel. And Johnny and Chanel finally breathe a little at home after all that pressure. Okay. The big one, Tate and Holly uncovering the truth. You won't believe what's been hiding in plain sight. I'm telling you right now, this isn't just teen drama. This is the payoff we've been waiting for since that nightmare New Year's overdose back in 2024 that landed Holly in a coma and nearly destroyed Tate's life. Remember how Rachel, Brady's own daughter swapped out Holly's skin supplements with antipsychotics. Marlena had to make that impossible. Call as a psychiatrist and grandmother, and Belle's telling her mom she did the right thing. That's heavy. Psychologically, Holly's been carrying this quiet rage and self-doubt ever since. Classic trauma response from a kid who lost her dad, her stepdad, and nearly her life. Tate. He's the loyal golden retriever who took the blame and lost everything. But now they're both waking up to how Rachel's jealousy and Sophia's meddling turned their world upside down. Here's my hot take. I've always rooted for these two, but this revelation is going to test them like never before. Flashback 5 years to when Brady was battling his own addiction demons around 2021. Remember how Kristen manipulated everything to keep Rachel close? History is repeating, but now the kids are the ones paying the price. I predict Tate confronts Rachel directly, and Brady's forced to choose sides in a way that shatters the black family all over again. You guys, this could be the plot twist that finally gives Holly the justice she deserves. And Johnny and Chanel unwinding at home. After all the Demera legacy pressure, EJ's constant power grabs, the fake deaths, the kidnappings, they're stealing a moment of normal. But we all know in Salem, normal lasts about 5 minutes. Tuesday, March 31st, episode 15346. Stephanie opens up to Chanel. Owen taunts Jeremy and Alex. Philip gets vulnerable with Gabi. Kate pulls one of her classic fast ones on Johnny. And Amy begs Sophia to stay put at home. Steph spilling to Chanel, this is girl talk gold. But it's deeper than it looks. Stephanie's been carrying the weight of that whole kidnapping mess with Owen. And Chanel's the perfect sounding board because she's lived through every Demera Chanel roller coaster since their wedding drama exploded years ago. Let's be real. These two women represent the new generation trying to break the cycle of Salem's toxic relationships. But Owen poking at Jeremy and Alex, that's straight up villain energy. And it echoes the Kyriakis infighting we saw back in 2018 when Xander was still playing the bad guy. Philip opening his heart to Gabi O. I love this for them. After all the Titan corporate wars and Gabi's revenge schemes from 2020, seeing Philip drop the armor and get real. Feels like a full circle moment. Kate pulling a fast one on Johnny Classic, Kate Roberts. She's been meddling since the Nixon administration. And this is pure gold. My theory, Kate's move is tied to protecting the family from whatever Johnny's asking EJ for later in the week. And Amy begging Sophia to stay home. Sophia's been the wild card in the Tate, Holly, Rachel triangle. And her mom knows one wrong step could blow everything up. I've got to say, I'm Team Tate and Holly all the way. But Sophia's chaos is entertaining as hell. This reminds me so much of the teen schemes from 2016 when JJ was deep in his own mess. History doesn't repeat, but it sure rhymes in Salem. Wednesday, April 1st, episode 15.347. Tate and Holly feel completely vindicated. Kristen absolutely tears into Sophia. Gwen drops major Dimitri news on EJ. And Xander fights like hell to stay by Sarah's side. Vindicated finally. Tate and Holly getting that sweet we told you so moment is everything I've been waiting for. After years of being painted as the troubled kids, they're clearing their names. And it feels so earned. Kristen ripping into Sophia, iconic. Kristen DiMera does not play when it comes to her daughter Rachel. And this confrontation is going to be fireworks. Think back 10 years to when Kristen faked her own death and left Brady shattered. She's always been the ultimate protective and unhinged mom. Psychologically, Sophia's been acting out of insecurity and jealousy, but Kristen calling her out could either break her or turn her into the next big villain. Gwen bringing EJ news about Dimitri EJ's face is going to be priceless. Dimitri's been a ghost in the DiMera machine for years, and this update is straight out of the 2019 playbook when EJ was presumed dead and the family was in freefall. Xander fighting for Sarah. My heart, their love story has survived miscarriages, memory wipes, and every scheme under the sun since 2017. I've always said their endgame. But this struggle feels personal. Xander's still haunted by his bad seed past, and Sarah's the one who sees the man he could be. This week's going to remind us why their chemistry is unmatched. I'm calling it Xander pulls off something heroic, and it cements their legacy as one of Salem's greatest couples. Thursday, April 10th, episode 15.347. EJ is thrilled when Johnny asks for his help. Philip asks Maggie for a favor. Gabby and Theo talk business. Justin pushes Bonnie to face the truth. And Chanel questions Paulina. EJ lighting up because Johnny needs him. Father-son bonding in the DiMera world is rare and beautiful and dangerous. Remember, 2021, when Johnny was dealing with the devil possession fallout and EJ was clawing his way back, this request is going to pull Johnny right back into the family web. And I'm here for the drama. Philip turning to Maggie for help after Victor's death and all the Titan shakeups. Philip's finally leaning on the one person who's always believed in him, Gabby and Theo in business mode smart. Cutthroat and classic Hernandez energy. This could spark a whole new corporate war. Justin urging Bonnie to face reality. That's the kind of tough love we saw in their early days together. And Chanel questioning Paulina, Mama Bear. Paulina's been hiding something big. And this conversation is long overdue. Friday, April 3, episode 15.347. Belle's hurt when Sean turns down her offer. Steve apologizes to Jeremy. Stephanie confronts Owen head-on. Julie encourages JJ to get help. And Leo writes about his own pain. Belle's heartbreak with Sean Oof. The Shell roller coaster has been going since the early 2000s on, off, divorce, reunion. And this rejection stings extra hard after everything they've rebuilt. Steve saying sorry to Jeremy, that's rare vulnerability from Papa Steve. And it ties straight into the Johnson family's long history of protecting their own. Stephanie facing Owen girl, boss energy. She's done being the victim. Julie pushing JJ to seek help. Julie Williams never misses. And this echoes JJ's Dark Days with Addiction back in 2016. Leo pouring his heart out in print. Leo Stark's pain is always laced with humor and shade, but this feels raw. After years of being the town gossip, he's finally turning the mirror